So as of right now, we are projecting that our opening date in the new building will be Christmas weekend. So we'll be December 24th, and that is going to be an amazing service. What that means is that we have 10 weeks before we get into this facility. And in the next 10 weeks, there are a lot of things that need to happen. We need all kinds of volunteers, like we say every week, but this 10 weeks, this is not the time to fart out, okay? In the next 10 weeks, we're going to need all kinds of volunteers, cleaning and building and painting and moving and all kinds of different stuff. The second gap that we need to close is we have about $150,000 that we need to finish this project. And so here's two strategies, as we've talked about it as a leadership team, that we could have. On the one hand, we could come to you and we could preach about money every week, and we could try to recommunicate the vision that we're trying to reach the 380,000 people downriver that don't know Jesus or don't go to church. We could recommunicate that vision, we could talk about money, and we can push. But here's what we've decided. We've decided that this is something that God started, that this is God's beginning, and this is going to be God's end, and He is working through us as a church, and He's working through each of us as individuals. And so here's our whole strategy. We're saying this: hey, we got 10 more weeks. We got 10 more weeks. What can you do in the next 10 weeks to help us close the gap? What night of the week, what part of the afternoon, what day could you give each week to volunteer at the new facility? What can you give financially? What kind of sacrifices could you make in the next 10 weeks in order to make this happen? And here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to think about 10 weeks from now. Don't make your decisions based on that. Think about next year. Think about 5 years from now. Think about 10 years from now. What could God do over the long haul with our sacrifice over the next 10 weeks?